Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and have a look at this. Today we're going back into the ranked grind with Teach. This is the deck list we're going to be running. I'm opting here to run one of Liberation, which is the main change I have to the deck list since last video. I'm really on the edge about this card. I think it's really good into the GP Luffy matchup, but outside of that it doesn't see a lot of use, especially against green decks when they can play Tashigi. It's really hard to get value from this card, especially since you need to be 2 characters less on the board than your opponent, and most of the time I'd rather play around Van Augur, Q plus other removal like Teach or Tempest Kick or even our 2Ks. So I can find it a bit hard to play, and I'd rather just play around different avenues of KO, but I think this card is still pretty good, and I can see why people want to run it, but it doesn't suit my playstyle as much, so I'm only running it as a one-off here. But overall, I think this deck list is pretty standard. I think the only thing I've changed since last video as well is some of the ratios with Caribou and Kuzan, as well as Tempest Kick. I think having some blockers is super strong in this meta, so I think I opted one more Caribou. I think this card is super strong if you find it. It's really good into aggro matchups, especially like Yamato. If they're stacking and swinging face, if you can just cheat out a chump blocker to stop them from getting that double attack off, I think it can really help to survive till late game before you start dropping your bombs like Teach, and like Van Augers with Qs to carry their board, and before you really start taking the reins of the matchup. But overall, I think this is a pretty standard list. Let me know down below what you guys think, like how you guys like to play the game. I know this deck, there's a lot of different ways you can build it, so I'm really interested to see how you guys build this deck and how you guys play it. But overall, that's the deck list, and let's get into the games. Okay, into the Buggy matchup. This is pretty rough for us. He did choose to take first. We'll keep our hand. We got stage, and we can just pitch stage. Okay, we'll see what he does. He has no searcher, which is nice. It's always good for us. We take every little advantage we can get in this matchup. Thinking about just taking stronger for a 2k, but getting another black hole is really good, especially since we have a Burgess in hand. We can use black hole on the promo Buggy. I think I'll just take the 2k here and search one more time. Leaning towards taking Teach. Take Teach here and pass. He's on 3 Don. We just hope he doesn't have a Sanji's Pilaf here, but he's probably going to swing 8. Yep. We'll take this first swing. We got a trigger, beautiful. Probably just take another 2k, so we're pretty stacked on counter, which is nice. I'm tempted to play out Burgess here. I don't think we're going to be playing much for removal here, but I think we'll pitch a stronger. And we'll grab Kuzan for the blocker next turn, and then we'll swing 5 at life. Then we'll set up a Burgess, and then we're going to pitch here for on plays actually, which is a bit of a gambit, but it just dissuades him from playing the promo Buggy. So I think we just pitch Teach here. So I don't think we're playing much for removal. He could play the Tankos Buggy here, but he hasn't searched, and if he has it, it's just sad. So we'll block this swing. Because if he plays out the 10 cost Buggy, it's really bad for us. Okay, he doesn't have it, which is really good. That's perfect scenario. We'll take Van Augur. Then we can swing 5, and then we can swing 7 and set up a blocker Kuzan, which protects our Burgess. Actually, we can pitch 1 for leader effect here. I think I'll pitch Van Augur to have it in trash in case I need it. Then we can swing 8 and set up a blocker and pass. So it's really good. He didn't have the 10 cost Buggy there on curve. I think this is a bit of a gambit play to turn off leader effect, turn off on plays early, but if it works, it's really good. Because he didn't search, I was hoping he didn't have any of the pieces he needed. Unfortunately, he did have the Crocker Mihawk. That's fine, we'll take this hit. He's going to go 7 again, so we'll block this, bring out a Burgess. If he has the promo Buggy, it's pretty rough here, but that's fine. I'm assuming he doesn't have it since he didn't play it out last turn. And I think this is just super lucky for us. It seems like our opponent's drawn really poorly. Unfortunately, I would have wanted to play around removal if he didn't have this Mihawk and he played around the promo Buggy, but it is what it is. I think here I'm leaning towards Tempest kicking something or just setting up a big body. I think I want to try to get as much out of him as possible here. So I don't think we're going to be playing Teach. So I'll pitch Teach, grab Augur, can use him as just another body on board. Then we'll pitch Doc Q. Then I think we just go start with 7, start with 6 and then go 9-9. So I assume he's got a 2k for this. Okay, he doesn't. That's horrific for him, I think. We just go 9 and then we can go... Oh wow, he hit a trigger. That's super rough actually for us. I think in this case, I'm just going to Tempest Kick for a draw. And then I can just play out Kuzan. Actually, yeah, I mean, we can't kill anything anyway. I think I'm leaning towards putting in... setting up a Burgess here solely because if he has promo Buggy, we can turn it off. So it should be fine. I just hope he doesn't have another Sables. Even if he does, I think he can remove anything I play. It's either that or Kuzan, but I think we want to apply pressure for lethal next turn, so I'll set up a Burgess. And then pass. Yeah, I think we just pass here. No, he needs to block her up, otherwise he just loses. See what he decides to do though. Overall, it looks like this guy's bricked pretty hard, but sometimes that's just how it is. I think if I was him, I'd try to get my Burgess off the board. He's got 8 Don, so he's probably going to use 3 more Don to swing, so he's got 8, 8, 9. So we can give a 2k here. Because I think we're going to be taking the next 2. Okay, he's not stacking more Don, so he's probably going to play 2 blockers here in that case. I'll take this as well. We can't really not take it. We have to. There's one blocker, and there's the second one. Yep. So what we can do is we can black hole, or we can either play to kill his board or we can play more for lethal. Because if we black hole, we've got 6 Don to work with. Or we can... I think we'll start with 9 at life here. See what he does, and then based on what he does here, it will change how we play. If he takes it, we're definitely going for lethal. Okay, he countered. So if we turn... yeah, so we can't go for lethal, that's fine. That just means we can set up a Burgess. I mean a Teach, I think, and I don't think he can do anything. So we set up Teach, turn off 1, we go 5 at life, then we can go 9 into 7, but he'll probably just block that. Since he counted, I think we just swing out the board, try and get that, and then pitch Kuzan here, try and find some counter. We'll grab the counter. Then we can go 5 at life, which I imagine he's just going to block. And then we can set up Teach, turn off 2. Doesn't really matter, they're both 7k bodies, and then we'll turn off 1 plays and pass. I think we need to keep the black hole in hand, so I'll pitch Van Auger here. He's only really got 2 swings. He needs to invest a lot of Don for Kabaji to be a swinger. So it's looking on the better side for us at the moment. He's going to go 7. I think we're going to take this because we're just, no matter what, we're playing for lethal next turn. The only way we don't get lethal is if he has 2 Sables, which I don't think, I doubt he has. So I'm thinking about just blocking this, or taking it rather. I think we'll take it. We got a trigger, huge. I think we just grab the counter here just to make sure we can't die. He does have a Sables, that's rough. And he's going to play out a Buggy. I think he just loses though. There's nothing he can do to defend. I've got 3 swings, he's got 1 card in hand. We'll pitch 1 here for stage, grab Kuzan, and then just pitch it for leader effect. And we can pitch again for leader effect. We can black hole the blocker. So now it can't block. He can pitch a card in his hand to keep it alive as well if he wants, but then he has 0 cards in hand. I can swing 5 at life. I think he's thinking, I don't know what event he could have in hand that keeps him alive here. Because we can just go 11, 11, 12. So I don't think there's any way for him to survive. Whoops. We'll start with... Yeah, he doesn't have an event in hand, he just has a 2k. That's really rough. He didn't see a lot of what he needed to see. But yeah, he found the buggy really late. He didn't have a searcher at the start of the game. It's pretty rough. Anyways, GG's to my opponent, and let's get on to next game. Ooh, okay, into Shanks. I think we want to take second here. We mainly want to play around Burgesses, and then chaining teachers at the end. Okay, I don't want to see this many teachers now, so we'll pitch one for leader for stage. We'll grab a Van Olga, and then pass. Overall, pretty bad opening hand. We did have stage, but having 3 teachers is pretty bad. We also don't have a Burgess to play out here, which really sucks. I think we pitch Lib here. We don't really need Lib in this matchup. Grab a stronger. Can set up a dot Q and swing 7 at life, I think, is the best play. Because I imagine he's going to take it, and then we can just set this up. He's going to be on 5 Don. Not too worried about on plays on 5 Don. He could have the Marco and KO my dot Q, but that's fine if he does that. Thinking about taking this hit. I think I might counter it actually. I want to stay healthy, just in case stuff goes bad. Okay, here's the Lucky Root blocker, which is really good for him. I think we just turn it off straight away, to be honest. All we can do is we can Van Olga to get rid of Hongo, and then maybe from there we can black hole next turn with the Burgess, and then we'll have 1 Don left, so we'll have 6. Yeah, I'll pitch a Van Olga here. We definitely don't need to. Could take the second black hole, but I think taking a Burgess is better here. We can just set up a Burgess. Start with 7 at life. If he blocks this and kills my dot Q, I think it's good for us. Then it's just whether or not we kill. I think, yeah, we'll black hole the Lucky Roo. Then we don't really need to turn off on plays. He's on 7 Don. The only annoying thing is Ben Beckman. But if he Ben Beckman's my dot Q, I think that's winning for us. So we'll pass back to him. Next turn we've got 2 Burgesses we can just play out. Take this swing. Looks like he might have another Lucky Roo blocker. Really good trigger to kill the Hongo here. You may trash 1 card from your hand if your lead has red. I've actually never seen somebody use this card, but that's fine. We got the draw off dot Q anyway, so I'm not worried about it at all. Pitch the feet here. Just grab another 10 cost teach at this point. Then we can swing 5 at life. Use leader effect, we get out 2 Burgesses, and then I'll pitch 1 here for on plays. Mainly worried about Dragon as well as the new Shanks that just recently got added. Keeping 3 teachers in hand here is super greedy, but I'm hoping he doesn't have any rush this turn. He does have the Dragon, which sucks. So we'll have to go down to 1 life, which is super risky. But it's fine because we've got... I think we're fine staying on 1 life here because we're going to start chaining teachers. So there's not much for him to really do. Here, I'm thinking whatever we take here, we're probably going to pitch with leader effect. I'll take Lafitte. Pitch Lafitte for leader effect, and then we can start. We'll establish teach so we turn off his minus 1k effect, and then we'll swing up Beckman. Interesting, he decides to protect it, because we're just going to swing into it again, and then we'll swing into life again. And then I think we just pass here, there's not much he can do. He needs to block her up, otherwise he can die next turn as well. He doesn't have too many options here. I think he can play out the new Shanks into Utah, but I don't know how good that combo is. I think he's got 9 Don, so I think we can just block. Because if he swung 5, I would counter because of 10 cost Shanks. He could swing it into my Burgesses, but for 9 Don, I don't know what rush he can have. So we'll just block it. Oh, he's got Luffy, and that's fine. So he's going to go 7. We'll give him 2 and a 1. And then I assume he's got a blocker here. Yep, there's the chopper blocker. Pitch Teach here, grab a 2k. I think we can just go, if we play out Teach, stun, just like swing at him. Just go into face, or go into Luffy even. I'll swing 5 at life. Imagine this is going to get a card out of hand. Interesting, it's not going to get a card out of hand. I don't want to get him down to 1 card because of what's the majig? Goldie Roger. Kind of sucks that he hit that trigger. I'll swing 8 into Luffy. Get 2 cards out of hand here. I could have pitched actually. Okay, he gave 2 2Ks anyway, I think, so it didn't matter. But I should have pitched first for on plays. We can swing 6 into Luffy. Looks like he's gonna block. Because he did that, I think I'm just gonna go 12 into Luffy. And then we're gonna pass turn. The reason I do that is because even if he has a rush, we should be fine. And because he didn't counter it, I think we should be fine. It's 5 next turn. If he had 2 Luffys, we could have lost. But I don't think we would have because we have a 1k in life. So it was pretty close. I think he was trying out the new starter deck cards. I feel like Shanks got really scammed with the new cards, unfortunately. I think every other starter deck got better and his stayed around the same. We did see the new Ben Beckman. I've never seen anybody actually use it. I don't know how good it is, but I think it was getting close there. So GG's to my opponents, and let's get on to the next game. Oh, okay, we got the mirror matchup. Never get to win the dice roll for this. We do want, usually second, we need to see stage here. It's a good opener. I'll pitch. I'm going to greed the teach and pitch doc Q here. I'll grab Van Orga and pass. If he has a Lafitte here, it's pretty sad. I won't be able to kill it with doc Q, but that's fine. And he does. I should have kept the doc Q. That's rough. He's got a Burgess in hand. Here we'll first search with age. I think we'll just grab doc Q. Then we can use doc Q to kill the Lafitte. Then we'll pitch Van Olga. We can only grab teach. So we'll swing 5 at life. This is generally favored for us because we have stage out first here. Our hand isn't great. We've got 2 teachers really early on, but apart from that, it's pretty fine. We'll be taking a lot of these early swings though to get some cards in hand that we can use. Okay, he's got the Burgess out. We'll see if we can find a black hole. Pitch 7-drop teach. We don't really need him in this matchup. Grab a Kuzan. Swing 5 at life. The Doc Q does provide a little bit more value in this matchup now, because whilst it can kill Lafitte, it can also kill Caribou, so I gotta be careful about that. I think what I'll do is I'll bring out our own Burgess and a Caribou and pass. I could have played out Kuzan as well, but I'd rather keep Kuzan for after he kills my Burgess once. So he's got a teach in hand. It's really unfortunate for him that he hasn't found stage, because his Burgess is going to be severely underpowered. But he's found a lot of, this is my age, so we'll take this swing. We could have blocked it to play around the Doc Q more, honestly, it may have been smarter. Plays around Doc Q, plays around the 7 cost teach as well, just KOing it. He's going to play out Kuzan. That's pretty annoying, because if we KO his Burgess, he can just bring it back straight away. I think we're just going to use Tempest Kick here for a cycle. Because I'm going to play out Kuzan. I want to keep as many 2Ks. Yeah, we'll just cycle a Tempest Kick. We do find a black hole. Now I'm kind of sad. It would have been nice to kill the Kuzan. I think we'll pitch a Teach here. Definitely don't need two of them. Grab Van Olga. Then we can set up our own Kuzan, swing 6, swing 7. I think. Then we can Kuzan into Van Olga and kill his Kuzan if he keeps it standing. Because there's no point killing the Burgess, it feels like. Because he's just going to bring it back straight away. And I'm feeling okay to swing with Burgess here since it's at 7k. It's pretty hefty. We've got two 2Ks and we've also got a blocker on board. We'll bring out Kuzan and pass. Also getting Kuzan out here makes it less efficient for him to swing into it because then we can just bring it back straight away. Kind of like what he's done. Next turn will be on 9 Don, so I can look to set up a Van Olga black hole. Crack Kuzan into a Van Olga as well. See what he decides to do here. Unfortunately, he does have the black hole, so he should have blocked that swing last turn. I mean, not black hole, Docky rather. But that's good. He wasted 2 Don to kill the chump blocker. So it's not too bad at the end of the day. He's got 6 Don. I'm thinking of countering out of this first swing. We could have used Van Olga next turn, but I think it's fine because we will have search, so we'll be able to see the next 4 cards of our deck. +5 if we crack Kuzan. We'll take this swing. Interesting, he's going to go for a Lafitte search when we've got a Docky on board. But he swung with his Kuzan, so he needs to crack it, otherwise we're just going to go ham into the Kuzan. He's going to have to counter out of a lot of swings. See what he searches off here. He's got a Van Olga. So I think we know he's got a Teach and Van Olga in hand. He's going to pitch it for leader effect so he can bring it back, I think. Yeah. And he's going to play out a second Burgess, that's fine. What we can do is we'll start off, we'll kill the Lafitte. We're going to leave this dock queue, we don't care about his dock queue. Then I don't think we're playing it. We can pitch the Burgess and then we can play it out through Kuzan. So we'll pitch Burgess, grab another Burgess I think. And just set up our board really wide, I think. So we'll play Black Hole into Burgess for 8 Don. We could play Black Hole into Kuzan, and then, but then we could do that actually. It's more Don efficient rather than just swinging 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. I'll start with swinging 5 with Kuzan, and then pop out a Burgess. See what we draw. Play out Burgess. Now I am a bit worried to swing with my Burgesses now because he's got Burgesses of his own. Sucks that we're 1 card off. Well, I guess we'll get it once we black hole. So we'll black hole a Burgess. And then we can play out Kuzan to threaten playing out another Burgess next turn. I think. Go 5 at life again, get another card out of hand. I might actually keep this Burgess standing because if he plays Teach he can turn off its effect and it's a 5k body that he can swing into. So I'll just play a Kuzan and pass I think. This is a bit risky, he could try and cheese out a lethal angle here but we have too much counter for him to do that. Realistically I could have just swung, even if he does kill it we can bring it back. But I wanted to use this Burgess for counter or to search and then bring it back with Kuzan. The only thing going for him right now is that he's got 1 more life and he's got he can swing at me this turn, and I'm probably going to take 1 life. I'll counter out this with Burgess, counter out the 6 with a 2k, and then I might take the 7. It's probably going to be an 8 as well, potentially. Because luckily for him, he's found a lot of this is my age, so he's been able to boost his trash a decent amount. I'll give him a 2k. Then I think we'll be taking this swing. It's a bit risky to take this, but I think it should be fine, because we've got still a pretty decent amount of counter in hand. So we'll bring out our own teach, turn off his teach, swing 5 at life. Swing 5 at life. Looks like he's thinking a lot. I don't know what he's thinking about. Then we can crack the Kuzan into another Burgess, pitch the Searcher for some counter ideally. And then we can swing 8s. I think we just have to go into life. Oh, we need to go into Van Auger to try and kill his board. If we go into life, next turn he's got 1, 2, 3 swings. We've definitely got the counter for it though. We'll swing into Van Auger just to be on the safer side. Still probably get a 2 and a 1k out here. Then we'll pass. He can't get lethal because we've just got so much counter, so it's good for us, but it's the only way for him to win. If he has a black hole, maybe he can turn off our blocker and then go for lethal. We will have 5 done left, so he can go 3. He can go like 7, 8, 9, I think. But we can get out of 2 of them, so it doesn't matter. Looks like he doesn't find the black hole. It's unfortunate for him. I think we just got better cards earlier. Unfortunately, he could pitch his entire hand and still try to go for it. Swinging 9, if he black holes, he's got 2 done left, so he can't really take this. I think we can just block this. Even if he swings at our board, we can kill him next turn. So we'll give him the block. Now if he stacks and swings at our Burgess, we can protect it. And if he black holes a Burgess, swings at another one, we can easily protect it. And even if he goes for lethal here, we can still survive. Looks like that's what he's going to be doing. Let's see what he decides to do. I think he's just doing the maths on how to swing. I think he should go 9, 11 probably. And we can get out of the 11, so I might just take this first hit. That's really unfortunate for him. Yeah, you can see it's GG's. I think he played it pretty well. It was pretty close in the end, but luckily for us we hit stage and he didn't, so we were always just that little bit more ahead of him. And he didn't hit a black hole either. But GG's to my opponent, and let's get on to the next game. Oh, okay, we got purple Katakuri. I think we want to take first here. Looking for stage, dock Qs and KO. I think we'll greed this, we've got stage. So it's always nice. I'm thinking about pitching Devon here. Could pitch the feet, but we might need it next turn for a search. I'll grab Kuzan, just have a 5 don play and then pass. It's looking like we might have to use the feet for a search here. Might greed and pitch black hole, hopefully we won't be needing it later. I'll grab another 2k. Then we'll play out the feet, search. Grab Van Auger at this point. Do something like this. And then thinking about swinging 6 or setting up a stronger. If we have a stronger on board, it might come in handy later on in the game since they have no removal. Trying to think. We have one Van Olga. I think going 6 is just better. And we'll pass back to them. The reason I was thinking about stronger is because for the 10 cost Big Mum, we need 2 Van Augers plus extra KO power. Okay, he's got the pretty good board state, I think, for what he wants to be doing here. So we'll pitch Van Olga, look for a search, find nothing that we really want. We'll take... I don't think we're ever using Lib in this matchup, so I'll just take Stage and discard next turn anyway. We'll swing 5 at life, see if he defends with leader effect, which I don't think he should. Looks like he's just going to give us a 1k and we can set up a Kuzan and pass. We need to start dealing with this pudding though. Or if he gets a Perisparrow out, it's pretty bad for us. Okay, he's got one Katakuri in hand. So he can go 6 of life. We'll take this first hit. He can only take Lafitte here. He does have the Perisparrow. That's pretty annoying. We'll go 5 at life. Probably go 5-5, crack into into Van Olga, -3 on the Perisparrow, and kill it with Teach. So I think this gives him more cycle, which we don't want. Yeah, it also ramps. So Perisparrow is the first target. I'll give a quick search. We can take a Burgess for next turn. I think we've got one Teach bottom deck. Maybe we take the Teach. I think getting one Teach in hand is good here. We'll go 5 at life again. And then we'll crack this out into a Van Olga and start killing his board. Let's see, he gives us another 1k. We'll crack into Van Olga. And we draw another Teach, then we'll KO the Perisparrow. Then he's going to be on 8 Don. I'm not too worried about on plays here, so we'll just pass back to him. Unfortunately, he's still got the pudding on board that re-ramps after he uses leader effect, which sucks, but we should be able to kill the pudding soon. Or maybe not actually. We'll be able to kill the Katakuri if we draw one more Van Olga. Otherwise, we're just going to have to use a stronger, which is why I was thinking having a stronger on board would be good, but we might just have to play it out here. Looks like he's thinking a lot. Maybe he has multiple plays in mind that he can do. He might just be thinking to swing hard at our board, which it looks like he is going to try to do. We'll give him 2 and a 1. He's going to swing 9. No, he's going to swing 10. We'll give him another 2 and a 1. I think keeping our board alive here is super good. We can just insta KO and then we can swing 6 at face. Looks like he's going to take. We'll pitch the Van Olga here to have it in our trash for Kuzan. Or if we take Burgess, it's not enough. We might just take Doc Q. Just insta Doc Q the blocker. So he can't get any value off of it. I know he can't use it unless he has another Big Mum's Pirate type, but this just makes sure he never can. I go 6 at life. Then we can play out Kuzan, and I think we can just pass. If he has the 10 cost Big Mum, it kind of sucks, but that's fine. Looks like he does. Now if he swings at Van Olga, he is unfortunately going to get it. Then we'll save our blocker for the next swing. If he chooses not to swing, that's honestly fine for us. It's basically psyching him out of swinging a 12k body, which is huge. Okay, he's gonna choose not to swing it, which I think is good for us. Probably take Burgess here. Oh, we could take the 2k. Because this turn we're gonna set up swing 5, swing 8. Are we gonna need the 2k is what I'm thinking. Let's take the 2k for now. Then we'll set up Teach, turn off his effect, and then start swinging at his face. Just trying to think if we should swing with Kuzan here. Probably not. We'll just leave it standing so it can block his leader effect swing. Looks like he gave up. I feel like it's still playable. He has 2 big mums in hand, so he can swing 5. I'll probably block with Teach, and then if he plays big mum, he probably won't swing with it again. Then we can just keep threatening his hand, but he has not a lot of counter in hand, so it's pretty rough. I don't know what this card is. This card is really interesting tech from him. KO 2, 6 or lower characters. I feel like he's de-ramping himself too much. But anyway, GG's to my opponent. Well played. And let's get on to next game. Okay, we got the green-purple Luffy matchup. Generally, it's pretty favoured for them. But we'll see. Hopefully we can bring it back. I think they normally take second, but I think it's good for us to go first here. See what he chooses. He takes second. We got first, which is good. We have stage in hand, which is perfect. We play stage, probably pitch Augur here because we have Kuzan in hand. Then we can take Liberation here, but if he knows we have it, then he's just going to play around it, so I don't know if it's worth taking. I'll take it anyway, since we don't have 2 Van Augurs anyway to deal with his Sanji pudding. Just to force him to play around it. The next turn we can turn off on plays. I think, yeah, next turn if we turn off on plays, just stop him playing Zorojiro and getting value from it and finding cards that he needs. Unfortunately for us, he found a Gum Gum Giant, which kind of sucks, but that's fine. He's got a Gum Gum Giant and Usohachi, okay. That's not too bad for us. He's got no Sanji pudding yet. We'll pitch Teach here since it's really early to have a Teach. We'll grab Age. Use Age. It's between the Black Hole and Kuzan. I think we just take Kuzan here. Let's swing 5 at life. I'm gonna set up a dot Q, I think. Then we'll pitch 1 for on plays as well. The reasoning behind setting up a dot Q is because next turn I can play Kuzan, and then if the turn after I run into another Van Augur, I can play it out, and then we can kill Sanji Pudding. So it's not playing around Liberation, but it's playing around another way to KO the Sanji Pudding. But we'll see what he decides to do, because I imagine he's going to play body here, and then next turn he's going to play 2 bodies, most likely. Interesting, he decides to set up a Usohachi here. Pitch stage, 4 stage. Probably take a stronger here, honestly. Just get some more counter in hand. Then we can swing 5 at life. I imagine he's going to counter this. Oh, he took it. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I'll set up a Kuzan here. And we'll next turn he's probably going to activate leader effect, so is it really worthwhile keeping Kuzan? I'm thinking about cracking it open to draw a card now, but I think it's fine. I think we'll pitch just front plays and just pass. Not too worried about the Usohachi, it's a 3k body. Later on in the game it can be kind of annoying to deal with, but for now it's fine. And now he can play out 2 bodies, and he's avoiding Liberation because I've set up 2 bodies, which isn't great for me, but I think it's fine. Because as long as we just find another Van Augur, we're chilling. A Van Augur or a Marshall D Teach, the 7 cost. So I'll probably take whatever he swings at this turn. Ah, he does have stage, that sucks. That's fine though. So he's going to swing 6 twice. We'll take the first one, and we'll counter the second one. Don't want to go too low in life too early. Start with a 5 into Usohachi. Then we can... We're not going to be playing Liberation this game. I didn't play around it, which is my fault. We'll take Van Augur, so now we can deal with the Sanji Pudding. So we can play out... We'll crack Kuzan, play out Van Augur. Now what we can do is we can play out Van Augur, KO, then we've got Tudon left. We can probably use the Tudon to just swing, apply some pressure, or we can play out Doc Q Trying to think what's better. Because if we get out of dot Q, we're playing more around him swinging and killing our dot Q, but then he just won't kill it. I think we keep the dot Q in hand, swing 7 at life. Just try to pressure some cards in hand here, get a 2k out. And all these 2ks are very usable, aside from Usohachi I suppose, since he doesn't have the on play. It's very odd that he's taking all these swings. I feel like it's pretty risky of him. We're going to pitch the Van Auger for on plays and then play out Kuzan and then bring it back. Then minus cost and KO. Then we can pass to him. So we're looking pretty good. We've got our board set up. The main problem we're worried about here is electrical Luna. But if he doesn't have that, then we're looking really good. Okay, he's got one more Sanji put in. Hopefully he doesn't have two, because we can only deal with one at a time. Assuming our board stays standing. Here we're hoping he swings into our dot Q, because it draws us a card and we've got another one to play next turn, and it keeps our Van Augers alive to kill the Sanji put in. I think he's thinking about what to swing into, if he should play something or swing. I don't know what's best for him here, because we're technically threatening lethal next turn, because we do have 3 swings. But we know he's got one Gum Gum Giant, so if he leaves no Don open, we can try to force lethal. We'll probably get most of his hand if we do, I think. We'll see what he opts to do. He's taking his time here. I think next turn what I'm thinking about doing is setting up another dot Q on a Kuzan, and then if he swings, probably going to bring out a Burgess off of Kuzan. He's going to go 7 into 6, so we'll just give him a 2k. He's going to play out Zorojiro. That's so fine for us. Interesting, he's not leaving any Don open, so he's got 7 cards. We could technically try to force a lethal here. I don't know how likely it is that we'll be able to get through though. I think it's better to play it safe. We can just carry the board. He has 7 cards in hand. We need 2 swings to go through. We could theoretically go 8, 9, 9. And 2 cards, 3 cards. Oh wait, no, he's a 6k leader, so it's 2 cards, 2 cards, 2 cards. I think it's worth just to kill his board, because I don't think we've got a lethal avenue here. So what I want to do is I want to play out a Kuzan. I'm thinking about black holing his Zorojiro, but I don't think it's worth it. So we'll pitch black hole. Probably grab a second teach here, or maybe a 2k, because we're going to pitch dot Q for leader effect. So how much counter do we have? I don't think we need 2 teachers this game, so I'll grab the 2k. So if we play out Kuzan, we've got 8 Don left to work with. So I'll swing first. Get some cards out of hand. If he lets this go through, then we can... Okay. Okay, now we know he's got a Gum Gum Giant because he's got 1 active Don and he searched Gum Gum Giant earlier, so we definitely can't go for lethal now. Because we can only go 12 and he's got a Gum Gum Giant 2k, 1k. So there's no point going for lethal. That's a really lucky trigger, I feel like. Oh well. We'll pitch dot Q here. -3, just -3 and KO. And then we can set up a Kuzan and pass. So he can't swing into our board here, which is good. Or he can, but we've got a blocker. And we're just going to be playing for lethal next turn, 100%. 0 life. He needs to leave Don open for Gum Gum Giant. Maybe it's worth getting him to use Gum Gum Giant, then he'll only be on 7 Don this turn, but... I don't know. Radio Knife, rest of 20, yeah. Oh, okay, that's kind of annoying. I didn't know they ran Radio Knife. That sucks. He's got 2 6k swings here. He's going to go into the Kuzan. I think we can crack it open and bring out a Burgess. He'll be pretty pretty strong, and we can just throw in lethal with it. So we'll take it, bring up Burgess. And if he swings into Burgess, then we've got Van Auger. Oh, he's got another Gamma Knife. Wow, okay. I guess we'll take that. He's got a blocker and 2 Don open. So he can't really go for lethal here. We can try to kill his board though. -3, we'll Tempest Kick to minus again and kill it. We could have just set up a teach here, but I feel like I just want to close out the game more safely. We use Tempest Kick again, see what we draw into. Draw into Luffy, use Lafitte search. Oh, he just gave up. I think that's very premature of him. I feel like he could have survived. Maybe he killed me with a rush Luffy randomly. I guess he was expecting that we could kill his Zoro, but we're just looking for top decks. Anyway, that was a close game. GG's to my opponent. I think that'll be it for this video though, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, leave a like and subscribe, and whilst you're here, you should have a look at this.